I was 7 years old the first time a teacher held up my paper in front of the entire class and said, "This is what exceptional looks like." I did not just want to be right, I needed to be the most right in every room, every time, without exception. By the time I was 12, I had built an identity entirely out of grades. Take away the scores, and there was nothing underneath. Other kids played, I studied, not because anyone forced me, because winning academically was the only place I felt safe. Teachers loved me, parents bragged about me, relatives quoted me like I was already someone. I believed every word. I entered university the same way I entered every room in my life, certain that I was the most capable person in it. The first semester results came back. I was not at the top. I was not even close to the top. I sat with that paper for a long time. I told myself it was the system, it was the professors, it was the unfair curve, it was anything and anyone except me. Second year, I met a boy who had never topped a single exam in school. He could solve problems I had never even seen the shape of. And that broke something in me. I graduated with good marks. Not great, good. And I walked into the working world still carrying the ghost of the smartest kid in the room. My first job, I corrected my manager in a meeting in front of the entire team. He was wrong, I was right. I was also unemployed 3 months later. I spent 6 months without work. Every morning I woke up and the silence told me the same thing. Your grades cannot save you here. I got a second job. I walked in quieter. I watched more. I spoke less. It felt like swallowing something sharp every single day. A woman on my team had no degree. She had been there 11 years. Everyone came to her for everything. I watched her and felt something I had never felt before. Genuine respect I had not manufactured. I started asking questions instead of giving answers. The first time I said, "I do not know," out loud, in a room full of people, my hands were shaking. Nobody laughed. Nobody lost respect for me. A senior colleague leaned over and said, "Now we can actually work with you." I was 26 years old and learning for the first time what learning actually feels like when your ego was not blocking the door. My mother called me that year and asked how work was going. I said, "Hard." She said, "Good." I didn't understand what she meant until much later. Reflective. I started reading differently. Not to finish, not to collect facts like trophies, but to sit inside an idea long enough to let it change me. Curious. I met a man at 50 who had failed his business twice and was on his third attempt. He laughed more than anyone I had ever met. He asked me why. He said, "I know what I'm made of now." That sentence stayed with me for years. I know what I'm made of now. I had never been tested long enough to find out. Accepting. At 28, I failed at something publicly, something people knew about, something I could not explain away or reframe. I just failed, and the world did not end. Relieved. What ended was the performance, the constant, exhausting performance of a person who had to be the smartest in every room to feel worthy of being in the room at all. Sincere. I started apologizing properly, not the fast kind that protects your image, the slow kind that actually costs you something. Hesitant. I called a friend I had dismissed years ago because he wasn't as academically successful as me. I told him the truth. Knowing, he said he already knew. He had forgiven me before I called. Reflective. Wisdom is not intelligence. I know that now. Intelligence is fast. It collects. It performs. Wisdom is slow. It listens. It sits with discomfort without needing to resolve it immediately. Sad. The smartest kid in school was afraid of being wrong, of being average, of being seen without the armor of achievement. That fear drove everything, and I called it ambition. Calm. I'm 34 now. I'm not the smartest person in most rooms I walk into. I've stopped counting. I've stopped needing to know. Grateful. What I have instead is something I could not have been given at 7 years old in that classroom when the teacher held up my paper. It had to be taken from me first. Content. They gave me a certificate for being exceptional. Life gave me something better. It gave me the understanding that the most important thing I would ever learn had nothing to do with being right.